Late in the Ming dynasty, eunuchs, ruled by the conniving Wei Zhongxian, formally usurped the power. Ji Xian is an ordinary bandit who, by the will of fate, encounters a severely wounded constable from the Secret Service. The latter entrusts the guy with a priceless artifact, which he must pass on to his companions, and dies. Having introduced himself by his name, Ji Xian gets into the ranks of the Jinyui Secret Service, but on arrival in the capital he realizes that he is involved in a dangerous conspiracy, where at every step you can lose your life. The first part of Brotherhood of Blades was released in the Chinese movie theaters at a time when Chinese cinema industry was gaining momentum, but it did not even gross $15 million, which was a problem of a weak advertising campaign, as if the studio was not confident in the commercial potential of its picture. Nevertheless, the movie won the respect of critics and the love of viewers on home video, so that 3 years later came out the prequel Brotherhood of Blades 2, in many ways superior to the original, which earned a number of awards and nominations at various film festivals. However, even here conquering of the box office failed. The movie earned $45 million, which seems to be good money, but here we must take into account that it was a year of real breakthroughs, when Wolf Warriors 2 brought its creators almost $880 million. Brotherhood of Blades 2 did not even enter the top 25 box office record holders of the year, so plans for the third part remained plans. Franchise returned only now and in the format of an online movie, not as expensive as previous box office blockbusters, but at the same time more lightweight and simple. Like Brotherhood of the Blades 2, the third installment is a prequel to the original movie, but it introduces a new protagonist, Bandit Ji Xian, who is becoming a Secret Service detective. One of the three main characters of the first part, Lu Jianqin, turns out to be a partner of Ji Xian in Brotherhood of Blades 3, but this role was picked up by another actor. Instead of Wang Quanyuan, who played Jianqin in the original, here he is played by much less charismatic Yang Yi. In general, the authors recruited not the last actors by the standards of online movies, but the comparison with the powerful cast of the first two films. Brotherhood of Blades 3 loses. No matter how you look at it, in terms of acting charisma no one here is magnetic enough. Nevertheless, Brotherhood of Blades 3 should definitely not be discarded as a failure. Yes, it is a movie of a different level than its predecessors, and it doesn't reach heights of the best examples of the online cinema industry, such as The Blind Sword, but still it is more than worthy historical action movie with a clear and clever plot, dynamic action, and a number of nice touches. Among the latter is the thing that enemies of the heroes actively use illusions, so that each clash with them turns out to be quite unusual and spectacular. Especially memorable is the Shadow Killer, who appears out of nowhere and drags his victims somewhere in the darkness, where he breaks their limbs. By the way, it is worth noting that Brotherhood of Blades 3 is quite brutal and graphic in terms of on-screen violence, which is somewhat unusual for an online project, but it fits into the line set by the first two films. In general, if you don't expect the threequel to conquer the bar set by its predecessors, you can safely say that its authors managed to revitalize the franchise, albeit at the cost of a certain loss of external gloss.